Humans aren't the first to be here. That has become a consensus among scientists. In fact, there are millions of species on our planet that were here before us. As such, we have developed an itch for understanding these species as a way of understanding ourselves, our planet, and our place in the universe. And this has found its way into space. Many scientists are wondering if there could be life beyond Earth, in the hundreds of billions of celestial bodies far flung through the cosmos. While there hasn't been a definite sign to suggest so, there's a theory that scientists have used to understand what life apart from us might look like, and how we can identify such. And in today's video, we'd be looking at this in detail, explaining how scientists are preparing to make contact with any superior civilization out there in the universe. The question of life beyond Earth has been on the minds of scientists for many decades now, with them considering what the possibilities are, what it might look like, and how we might be able to identify and communicate with it. What would we find? Little green men flying around in dirt-brown suits? Or electrical signals from the other side of the universe? This puzzling question has led many to develop theories and concepts that would accommodate such possibilities, and could make it easy to identify and relate with such a world. One of these is the Kardashev scale, named after the Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev, who proposed it in 1964. The scale was originally designed as a result of Kardashev's attempt to look for signs of extraterrestrial life within cosmic signals. In his 5-page paper published in 1964 and called Transmission of Information by Extraterrestrial Civilizations, Kardashev sought to calculate how powerful a light signal from any point of the universe would need to be for a radio scientist at the time to detect it. Here's the logic. As a civilization grows larger and becomes more advanced, its energy demands will increase rapidly due to its population growth and the energy requirements of its various machines. With increased energy demands and usage, it would be easy to detect such a civilization from anywhere in the universe, as they would be projecting more energy than expected. With this in mind, the Kardashev's scale was developed as a way of measuring a civilization's technological advancement based upon how much usable energy it has at its disposal. It consists of 3 different types of civilizations based on their energy consumption level. First on the scale is the Type 1 civilization. A Type 1 civilization on the Kardashev scale is said to be capable of harnessing all the energy available on its home planet. This would mean that humans would be able to harness all forms of energy available to us, such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy, as well as finite sources like fossil fuels. This kind of civilization would also be able to have control over all natural forces, including weather conditions, ocean currents, and tidal forces. The idea is simple. Be able to use everything on your home planet to generate energy for your population. While these might be seen as near impossible for humans to achieve right now, this level is the basic and primitive level of civilization there is, which is that we are not even regarded as Type 1 civilization at the moment. Most scientists, like Michio Kaku, rank humans as a Type 0.7 on the scale, as we still rely heavily on fossil fuels and have not fully taken full advantage of renewable energy sources. To move up to a Type 1 civilization would require us to come up with new and powerful technologies that would allow us to efficiently collect, store, and distribute energy on a planetary scale. For Earth, this value comes to roughly 7 × 10⁻17 watts. At the moment, however, we are able to harness only 4 × 10⁻12 watts of energy. This shows that we still have a long way to go in reaching Type 1 civilization. Some scientists believe that, given the present pace of technological advancements, we might be able to achieve this within the next 100 to 200 years. The next step in the Kardashev scale is the Type 2 civilization. This kind of civilization has the capability to harness and control the energy output of its entire star. This means that they don't just maximize the energy received from the star, they are able to control the entire star. One of the concepts commonly attached to this type of civilization is the hypothetical Dyson sphere. This is a device or megastructure that would totally surround a star, with the sole goal of gathering its energy and transferring for a later use. Depending on the star whose energy is to be captured, the Dyson can be a solid shell, a swarm of satellites, or a ring-like structure. The energy possibilities of this civilization is immensely immeasurable to what we are used to as humans. Even if a Type 2 civilization is only able to tap a fraction of a star's energy, this would translate to energy levels that are trillions of times more than what we have on Earth right now. This energy can power advanced technologies like faster-than-light travel, interstellar communication, and terraforming. It would also mean that a Type 2 civilization would be impossible to wipe out. For example, if humans survived long enough to reach this status, and a moon-sized object entered our solar system on a collision course with our planet, we'd have the ability to vaporize it out of existence. Or if we had time, we could move our planet out of the way, completely dodging it. But let's say we didn't want to move Earth. We'd have the capability to move Jupiter or another planet of our choice into the way. That's an insane level of energy control. The next class on Kardashev's scale is what he calls a Type 3 civilization. Species on this level have achieved a level of mastery that borders on godlike capabilities, as they have the power to control an entire galaxy. They essentially are a master race, intergalactic travelers with knowledge of everything having to do with energy. They also would be able to harness energy from some of the craziest phenomena in the universe, such as black holes, quasars, and supernovae. This level of civilization would require an almost complete mastery of physics and engineering, allowing them to control matter, energy, and potentially even space-time. This would mean the idea of using wormholes for instantaneous galactic travel would be possible. It would also mean a complete evolution of what it means to be a human, as it would happen over hundreds of thousands of years. This would mean that humans then would be incredibly different from what we know humans to be right now. We might have cyborgs running free, with descendants of regular humans being a subspecies among the now highly advanced society. Being a normal human would be seen as being a disability in comparison to their more evolved counterparts. At this point, it is expected that we would have developed robots that are capable of self-reproduction. Their population would have increased into millions as they'd help humans colonize star after star. They might also help build Dyson spheres, helping to create a huge network that would harvest, store, and carry energy back to the home planet. A Type 3 civilization could also be able to alter galactic environments and terraform planets across multiple star systems. For Kardashev, the idea of a Type 4 civilization was too impossible that he didn't go beyond Type 3 on his scale. In his mind, the realities of a Type 3 were the apex of any species that might exist. However, some scientists have proposed the existence of Type 4 and 5 civilizations, where they would be able to manipulate the universe as they please. Type 4 civilizations would be able to harness the energy content of the entire universe. And with that, they could slow down or even reverse the accelerating expansion of space. They also could control dark matter and dark energy, which accounts for up to 95% of the known universe. With this power, they could create new galaxies or live inside supermassive black holes. To previous methods of generating energy, these kinds of feats are considered impossible. A Type 4 civilization would need to tap into energy sources unknown to us using strange, or currently unknown, laws of physics. A Type 5 civilization, on the other hand, could transcend the physical universe, existing in higher dimensions or alternate realities. They basically would have the powers attributed to the ancient gods, able to manipulate the fabric of space-time itself, creating or destroying universes at will. However, it is important to note that these levels are primarily speculative and often discussed only in theoretical physics and science fiction. While this is true, certain concepts like string theory and quantum mechanics hint at the existence of higher dimensions, where such civilizations might operate. At this level of civilization, it would be almost impossible to distinguish their technology from magic, with near omniscience and immortality possible. Too often, when conversations about these levels of civilizations come up, scientists and futurists often view them with both fear and fascination. The possibility of life at any of these levels can be daunting to say the least. as their capabilities would render ours as insignificant. Then, there's the question of motivation. Would such beings regard us with curiosity, indifference, or hostility? Over the past 5,000 years, human civilization has grown at such insane rates that we've become the dominant species on Earth, and possibly on our way towards achieving a Type 1 civilization. However, with all our progress and technological advancement, we could very well be our own undoing. Our struggles with energy generation and consumption, economic principles, and wars could end us as a species before we arrive at nirvana. In the words of Michio Kaku, "Whenever I open the newspaper, every headline I see in the newspaper points to the birth pains of a Type 1 civilization information. However, every time I open the newspaper, I also see the opposite trend as well." What is terrorism? Terrorism, in some sense, is a reaction against the creation of a Type 1 civilization. Now, most terrorists cannot articulate this. They don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But what they're reacting to is not modernism. What they're reacting to is the fact that we're headed towards a multicultural, tolerant, scientific society, and that is what they don't want. They don't want science. They want a theocracy. They don't want multiculturalism. They want monoculturalism. So instinctively, they don't like the march towards a Type 1 civilization. Now, which tendency will win? I don't know, but I hope that we emerge as a Type 1 civilization. While Kardashev's scale helps us to identify and prepare for contact with alien civilizations, it might not be useful in fixing the numerous issues that would hinder us from becoming a Type 1 civilization. We still live in a world where people care more about how someone made them feel than how best we can improve our lives on the planet. As long as we continue on this route, we can rest assured that our stay on this planet won't be for long. But if we can fix our issues, we just might be the new gods.